It's time for Capital Recap with Congressman Mike Rogers, a periodic program with a congressman dealing with legislation and issues in Washington, D.C. that affect us here in East Alabama. Capital Recap is presented as a service to the community by Southern Metal Processing on WVOK.
This is Congressman Mike Rogers. I'm pleased to have this opportunity to work with WVOK to share some ideas about what's been happening in Washington lately. As you may have seen on the news recently, the House of Representatives passed, with my support, the No Budget, No Pay Act. Folks across East Alabama have to make sacrifices and live on a budget each year, and Congress should follow suit. The bill simply says that on April 15th, if the House or the Senate, either one has yet to come up with it and pass a budget, then they don't get paid. The Senate has not passed a budget for 4 years now. That's unacceptable. This, we believe, will force the Senate at least come up with their idea of a plan for what we should do on a budget to give the House a starting point for dialogue about how we can come up with a budget that the two chambers can agree on. Also, last week I had the good fortune of being back in Alabama, where I spent 3 days visiting in Huntsville to tour and meet with folks there that I'll be working with in my new position as chairman of the House Armed Services Strategic Forces Subcommittee. As folks in this audience know, Huntsville is the center, is one of the world centers of missile defense, nuclear weapons, and space satellites, and it's a real treasure in that area of our national defense, and I was glad to be able to work with those folks, and I look forward to working with them as chairman of this important subcommittee. Another hot topic in Washington lately is a topic that I've heard most about from y'all back home, and that's President Obama's proposals on gun control. I want all of you to hear exactly where I stand on this issue. I will continue to strongly support our Second Amendment rights. I oppose reinstating an assault weapons ban, adding restrictions on accessories, restricting ammunition purchases, or constructing any further limitations on the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. I do want to hear from you, though, so please visit my website at www.mike-rogers.house.gov to contact me or sign up for our e-newsletter. Or you can follow me on Twitter at Rep. Mike Rogers AL, or on Facebook at facebook.com/Congressman Mike D. Rogers. Thanks for listening.
This has been Capital Recap with Congressman Mike Rogers, presented as a service to the community by Southern Metal Processing. Capital Recap is heard on WVOK. You can also find a video of this program online at 979wvok.com.